Alrighty. Hello everyone out there in nice and brilliant YouTube space and imaginative land. It's me Al. I'm back after just my walk off tonight, and I met my kind of real friend. We were talking just about how would we spend our just Saturday or something. We agreed on something that I would call him, and probably he would approve what I would be suggesting, and my actually sounded out my suggestion, and that was just something that maybe gives some out of our city, and the city or the nature is in bloom and going through our just nice vicinities whatever. I very rarely go out of our city, and that's probably the reason why I just raised that topic about going out of our city and just visiting our neighborhoods that I haven't been to in a while, and we haven't been to in a while. It's just been a long while. I haven't attended my just distant beloved places that are just scattered here and there, just wherever I know them all, but I'm not a big visitor those days because, again, because of life. Then who said life would be easy? No one said, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So all on those improving my life track, another possible meanings and approach that only can imagine. So guys, I tell you what, getting back to that story that I told in my previous video, I was talking about it later that I found, and I handed it down to the lead gal, Natalie, and I am about to ask her tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow I'll have some other activity, a little one, and as soon as I see her, that Natalie, I'll ask her about whether she was about, and she's about to sell that thing that I handed broadly down to her, and she's now a happy owner of that little lighter, gasoline loaded lighter. It wasn't loaded with gasoline, because that was maybe empty. I haven't gauged that cool item. I just give her that, and that was that. So guys, let's do what? If I remember correctly, let's go slightly deeper into that imaginable lighter. It's not mine, but I cannot lose my thoughts about thinking about that lead item, and my wages. I was zooming throughout, not zooming, like walking slowly, literally taking my time to smell the roses. So I was walking, I was just thinking on my own about stuff and business and having pleasure our lives, and how would I live my life to run happily. So to the full extent, and I was thinking more on business ideas of that separate topic. I wouldn't dive too much into that brooding in this video shoot up tonight. So better if something goes not the way that I expected that to happen, so it happens the way that I rule it and command it. No can do. It's my channel. So what was I gonna say? Let's reflect. What was that? Got so that idea back again about the lighter that I passed it on to my colleague Natalie, and I want to dive slightly just a little bit more into that stuff, approach, and that what was catch of mine for the day. And I will approach that item from slightly different angle and see what happens with my describing activity of tonight. So I'm not whining here, but the life is going the way it's going. It's pretty overwhelmingly fucking hot at my place. I haven't had a glance at my thermometer, what it says, but it's closer to 30-degree point. How to suit my aching soul. You know how it goes down, right? And I told you the water was yummy, so and useful. So all human beings and living things consist up to 95% out of the water. So I'm pretty proud of that. So yes, you see that water picture hanging on my wall, living his happy life there, happily. I took it myself at Turkey seashore agency, believe me or not, but I did. So it's like separate point. I wouldn't, I wouldn't want that to just to intervene on my, not intervene, but to be in my little shoes. And I just all of a sudden I noticed and I pointed it out, just particularly for your best recognition and apprehension and awareness. So, that lighter was made out of some steel. It has logo of the Zippo trademark on it. It had the name and the derivation country, being that name was proudly literally like dented on the bottom part of that lighter. It said the United States of America. It said the manufacturer, some company in the United States of America. It was saying made in the USA, and so it cost around I don't know, maybe 70 bucks. It cost around 70 bucks in my opinion, but Jack said it cost free, but I don't believe too much in what he says in that regard. So I have to believe what he says, but I'm pretty sure it cost much more than $3. Maybe in China, if you found it there, it would be that mark or that price that he said, but not here, not even in our country, not, let alone telling about speaking here about U.S. And if you were about to buy it in U.S., it would cost around 60 bucks, in my opinion. So I'll check it later after my session will be made, and it was made out of steel related metal, some kind of steel, some fusion that lives in steel family, and the thickness of its size was around up to 0.5 millimeter, and metric guy, no can do, no inch here. My footages not on any of my on any of my footages here, only meters and centimeters. So we are in the metric universe right now. So if you're a Native American, you have to render it to your measuring units being like inches or whatever, ounces. So the thickness of its side being, like I said, of about 0.5 millimeter or less, maybe 0.3 millimeter each side, and the volume that the premise for the gasoline itself, it makes up to maybe 3 cubic centimeters. If my gauging tool doesn't fail me, my eyes, I mean. So if they do that, no can do so. Bear with all this mess that you're just encountering here while listening to my ramblings on this shit of tonight. So I'm just practicing my American. But just no any other purpose might be the reason why I'm doing this. She's here. If you're still with me, then I applaud you. But what time on my footage, I haven't even counted all the instances that I applauded you. But I'm doing that now proudly. If you're still with me. So what else can I read out of that lighter? That burning part, I don't fucking know its name. It's like a little rag piece that sticks out of the upper part of the lighter itself. Is surrounded with a little metal fence of a lesser thickness of its metal side. As I put it, let's say 0.2 millimeters of each side, thickness. That material that surrounds that burning part made out of some rag, or I don't even know what you call it, wad, probably sticking out of the upper part of the lighter for that purpose of being lit and bringing light to us all. So it wasn't lit without flame. So I found it not burning, just being just seamlessly laid on the bench as I put it in my previous footage. I wouldn't reiterate it here. So you want to hear something new out of me, out of my just silly head, whatever. I lost my train of thoughts. What I was gonna say? See the that part that burns and the cover. I haven't gone for the cover yet. So the cover was lit. It was lit. Not to say the dome shape, but the angles of that upper part was literally like dome shaped, rounded so neatly and nicely that I would easily call them like little domes on each angle of that cubic or a rectangular shaped volumetric object that let's say reminds that upper part of the lighter, as I told you about it already. So the angles around it, the upper part itself, the very top of that cover piece was rounded, like making slightly surface resembling like an arch, but at the radius bigger than you would expect from the regular dome-shaped object, like less reminding dome itself, but given it the radius that is pretty big, but it has the dome-shaped line on the upper skyline of that light, or whatever. It's not a skyline, I know, but the upper line. So what else? The size of that upper part of that cover upper part was just regular shape, straight, and nothing I don't want to say about those ones, or not even saying that I want to say too much words about those sides, but I have to you have to listen to what I say. If you are still with me, and probably you don't want to listen to what I say, quit or switch it off. It's your choice and my free will, and yours as well. So we've gone through the sides, we've gone through the upper part of that cover piece. We haven't gone through the inners yet, and the inners it hasn't had any inners in, just empty space for covering that bearing piece, as I told you about it already. So it's like complete abyss in that inside that cap, metal made cap of that light, or it's complete abyss. It's dark in there, no signs of any living things there, and just for covering purposes only, and for putting off the fire when it doesn't need to burn any more than it's covered, and it's gone. That fire is gone because of being covered with that covering piece that is described particularly for my American advancement. So you put that fire off by covering that lighter with that cap, her metal made one, dome shaped one with rounded angles, and I guess I ran out as many things as I could. Maybe I could do more, but not in this particular footage of tonight. I'll be saving some materials for my uncommon footages just for informing purposes. When I bring you something new, I have to say as much things as I said already, but in slightly different way, and in order to practice my American, I'll be doing that start as soon as I will leave. Thanks for being with me tonight, and never give up. Just be always like jovial, and see you're doing well, and why not a bit jovial then. So guys, I applaud you for being with me, and thanks again for tolerating that shit that I put it here, particularly for tonight, for this long. Thanks for being with me, and never give up. Be good and practice, and stay in touch with me if you want. See you in a while. See ya.